You don't look like this in the film. You don't look like this in Desperate Housewives. You're hot, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, we should put you in Dancing with the Stars. You want to do that?
I have a secret confession. I would actually love to do Dancing with the Stars. It's not that I can dance. I just really want to be able to dance.
Yeah.
Your phone will ring as soon as you leave here.
Exactly. I remember you boogieing on Desperate Housewives that time at the bar. You were great.
Wasn't that fun?
You
That
were
was a
great.
day of dancing.
Is Bill Good, your husband, the great William H. Macy?
Great William H. Macy. He's enthusiastic.
And I want to ask you about that because, I mean, what a year. I mean, you've had 2 SAG Awards and the 2 Golden Globe Awards, and people are talking about an Oscar nomination. And I read about it recently in a listener's column that you said, it's been such a great year. You were talking about reincarnation. You said, I'm going to come back as a worm.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. I just thought that having the gift of Bill Macy in this lifetime, being married to him and having him in my life and in my professional life, that
He also produced this film.
Yes, he did. I've sort of... I've used up all my chips. So, you know, next life I'll come back as a worm and I'll say, why a worm? And they'll go, oh, you got Bill Macy last life, so worm this year.
That's nice. Yeah, you've been celibate for years, I hear.
Not with that one.
Racy women up here.
I mentioned at the top of the show that I saw the movie last night, Transamerica, and you are phenomenal, just phenomenal. You played Bree, and she's a pre-op transsexual, so you're in the last stages of going from a man to a woman, and suddenly you find out, you didn't know that you have a teenage son, that you fathered a son. And that's going to throw a real monkey wrench into everything. We have a clip. Can you set it up for us before we see it?
Yes. Transgendered individuals have to get a sign-off from a psychiatrist before they get the sexual reassignment surgery, which is odd because none of us have to get anything from a psychiatrist before we get plastic surgery, which is really all it is. But this is her talking to the psychiatrist who hopefully is going to sign off and she can go get the operation.
Okay, let's take a
And
look.
it's talking about what she has to do.
Oh, wow. Great.
It's so good.
But you had to change your voice, you had to change the way you stood, you walked, everything, to take on the mannerisms. How did you do it?
I did a lot of research. I mean, first I had to understand her internal journey, which is one of, she wants to become who she really is, and she feels like an outsider, and she feels excruciatingly self-conscious, which I think all of us have felt. So once I understood her internal emotional journey, then I tackled the transgender part. So I met with a lot of transgendered women. I went to transgendered conventions. I watched documentaries. I read biographies, autobiographies. I met with a woman who coaches men who are becoming women.
Do you think it's a psychiatric disorder now that you've done that much research?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I think it's like saying being gay is a psychiatric disorder. No, I don't.
For you to do this film and for your husband to want to produce it, I'll bet there were a lot of people who said, are you crazy? You know, don't want to do this?
Because no one would ever come to see it?
Yeah. Well, no, I think people are fascinated. But it's a brave thing to do. It is a tough subject.
It's a tough subject, but I'll tell you something interesting about the film. It is funny and endearing and easy to watch.
And easy to watch.
So it's not upsetting. It's
She's a wonderful character. She is a wonderful character.
Yeah, she is. So it actually was a no-brainer. It's a sweet movie. It's funny. It's a wacky road movie. So I was ready to, you know, whack someone's
I have to just remember, I mean, you're a woman playing a man who wants to become a woman.
Yeah.
So you had to keep all of, well, I guess we'll talk about it when we come back. That was hard.
Including, and just to give you what we call a little tease, including certain of the sexual parts of it.
Accoutrement.
Yes. Thank you. Accoutrement. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Well, anyway, we want you to stay with us. We're going to discuss some other accoutrements about you. And we're very happy to have you. And we're going to try to get some dirt on Desperate Housewives when we come back.
Thanks.
I didn't even have my first kiss until I was 18. 18? Pathetic, I know.
Poor baby. I would have kissed you.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't have. And it's okay, Gabby. Those scars healed a long time ago.
Oh, for God's sakes, come here. Now, on behalf of all the cheerleaders in the world, forgive us.
That's another scandal. That was a clip from Desperate Housewives, and we are back with Felicity Huffman.
You're gonna have to slap it.
Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on in that clip. But I do have one more question about Transamerica.
Okay.
Is it true that you became very good friends with a very necessary prop on set that you ultimately named Andy?
I did, and that's what it was. You're all right. I don't know if it was necessary, but I deemed it necessary. I went and got, the second day of shooting, I had my various undergarments that I decided Bree would wear, and I felt that something was missing. So I went to, like, the pleasure chest, and I asked, do they have something like that? And you know what they do? Just like women have them for their bras, they have them for men's bathing suits. Everyone's like, oh, the pleasure chest.
They have it for men's bathing suits so they can stuff and make it look a little better.
That's right.
They're waterproof.
Why did you need to name him? Why did you want to name him Andy?
I didn't mean to name him Andy. It just sort of happened.
Who is Andy? Who is Andy? Give it up now.
Anyway, I've got to go. Bye. Andy doesn't call. He doesn't write.
Okay, now let's get to some other rumors here.
Okay.
Desperate Housewives. Is this a sign that Tom and Gabriella are going to maybe have some sort of thing going on, or what?
You know, I have to say that's the first time I've seen that. I don't know what's going on, but I have to get back and figure that out. I can't tell you.
Come on, just are you a little worried? Is your character worried a little?
I'm a little worried, but I have to tell you, I get to kiss someone too. And my kiss is better than that kiss.
We talk all the time about the whole balance of working and having children and so forth. I mean, it is a character that so many people can relate to.
Yes.
We do it all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
And I was reading somewhere that you said that motherhood is an exercise of guilt. That was from Felicity, not from your character. So what do you mean by that?
Well, it's not about working or not working, but I often feel as a mother that I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm doing it wrong, and it's so important, and I'm ruining my kid because I should have said no.
Exactly.
Yes, of course. I think it's a universal experience, but no one talks about it. No one goes, all I'm doing today is making mistakes. All I move through is guilt.
Is that how you came up with the scene? Because last season in Desperate Housewives, there was a scene on the soccer field where you basically said that. Why didn't you tell me? It's really the truth. We don't share the bad stuff because we don't want to admit that we're weaker. You know.
Yeah.
But you mentioned about kissing somebody else on the show. Is it going to be your real-life husband? Because I heard a rumor that your husband and Doug Savant's real wife were going to be characters on the show.
I can't tell you who I'm going to kiss. It might be Doug Savant's real-life wife. We're throwing things up in the air.
But they are going to be on.
No.
Oh, they're not.
They're not going to be on? No. You know, tell the truth. I heard that when you had your baby, you told Bill that he had to get you some bling.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So you think that Molly deserves a little bling after she pushes a bowling ball out, right?
I've got 6 sisters. My mother had 8 children, and my sister said to me before I had my kids, they said, after you get married and after you have babies, your husband gives you something serious.
Yeah.
And this is Sophia. And this is Georgia. I'm going to get home and start working on mine so I can have more bling too, okay? Thanks for coming by. We're going to have you check out the show to get answers. Our thanks to Felicity Huffman. You can catch a new episode, woohoo, of Desperate Housewives this Sunday night on ABC at 9 p.m. And her movie Transamerica is in select theaters now. We'll be right back with Terry Wilkins.
Thank you.